Okay, I'm going to make a quick instructional video on how to make this lovely hat. So we've tried it several different ways. We tried it folded in half, which seems the most logical way. It became a little bit too short and it doesn't cover the hair properly. We also tried it unfolded in half, and here is our result. It's definitely a little bit on the deep side, so that doesn't work. So we're going to do it with a little alteration to the pattern. So here's our circle. I already cut one of these beauties. And here is our pattern pieces. So it's BBB. You just put them all together. It says where to overlap. That's all. Seems like it makes sense. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go up about 4 inches when I cut this. Let me straighten this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going up about 4 inches from the pattern piece on my grid-ish. 4-ish inches, we'll call it that, okay? And I have a 60-inch piece, so now I have to cut it down to the size of the pattern. Ta-da! Okay. So now I have this lovely piece. So basically it's this pattern piece up about 4 inches. And then 1 circle. Okay, now we go to overlap. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this piece over. Fold it. Press it. And when I say press it, I mean press it with your hands. See, I didn't cut very straight, which is why I said 4-ish inches, because I feel like 4-ish inches is plenty. Okay, and then we start putting this whole thing together. So you take a piece, your circle, you take a piece of your strip thingy, and you start a little bit, not at the very end. You want to start, I didn't cut this perfectly straight, but it's fine. You want to start a little bit inward, so you have this flopping. So I'm going to start like right here. Okay, and we're just going to go in a circle. I'm cutting more than I need to, only because it's not the way it lines up. I was very sloppy in my cut. But you'll obviously measure and cut straight and, you know, not do what I do. Okay? So we're just going to ease this all into this circle. Okay, and you're gonna get as close as you can to where you started. So here's my flop I was telling you about. I'm gonna get as close as we can to where we started and just come off the fabric. So now I have these 2 pieces just kind of sitting together. There we go. They should line up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that off and hold my point. Get this out of the way. This is my top of my hat, and just go straight down. There we go. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. All right, and now the only thing I need to do is we need elastic to hold this thing on your head. So we're gonna go to the zigzag machine. Probably don't have a super wide zigzag like I do. We're gonna go down to a regular stitch, like any normal zigzag machine, and I'm gonna measure. So since I have a back seam, I'm gonna measure from the front about 4 inches in. I'm gonna kind of mark that, and that's the part I'm not gonna put any elastic on, because I want it to lay flat against the head. I feel like it just looks better and it fits better that way. Okay, and then the rest of it, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this giant piece of elastic. If I could find the end. Where is the end? Oh, here. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna start about behind that, as close to the bottom as you can comfortably get, and then you pull. Pull as hard as you can. Let me increase my stitch. Okay. Just pull and go all the way to the other side of that little marker I put. Here's my marker. Actually, I'll just leave it on one side. cut this piece of elastic, and then I'm gonna go and do a second layer so my elastic doesn't flop, because that just looks weird. My thread ripped. Rude. Basically, I'm just sewing the elastic nice and flat down in 2 rows, because most machines are not going to give you that full 3/4 of an inch stitch. This is literally what it looks like. Turn it right side in, flat on the front, hold your hair in the back. Let's put it on and see what we have created. Ta-da! That's it.